The following broadcast is a copyrighted production of 412 Communications. Any non-personal retransmission of this broadcast without the express written consent of 412 Communications is hereby prohibited.
A most pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be. A live look inside Fred Rust Arena as we are back with you on the Delaware Hockey Network. Delaware Blue Hens Men's Division II action coming up tonight as the Blue Hens building some positive momentum. Look to keep it going in tonight's first of two meetings this season against the Millersville Marauders. James Witherite joining you from the 412 Communications press box atop the stands at Fred Rust Arena. And this Delaware Blue Hens side absolutely reeling right now. Coming in off decisive wins over Drexel and Georgetown. And a 5-point performance from Jake Quinn, propelling the Hens to a commanding win over the Hoyas in D.C. last weekend. A look at the Limestone Pension Associates line chart for the Blue Hens sees the Quinn line, the mighty Quinn line, I should say, handling starting duties. Jake will be flanked by Hubert Polchlepek and Pat Olensky, a pair of sophomores who really made a name for themselves on this team last season. They've been continuing that momentum so far this year. Polchlepek in point-a-game territory. Olensky still looking to break in, but playing a strong supporting role off the score sheet. Pat Flaherty, Sean Lipinski will handle starting defensive duties, and it is Joey Hooper between the pipes to get the call for Delaware. He's 2-3-1 on the year with a .407 goals against average and a .901 save percentage. On the other side of the red line, it will be Dylan Schroeder getting the nod for David Andrews' Millersville Marauders. Kai Dunnigan and Patrick McDevitt, the starting D pair. And we'll see Andrew Zerko with Jacob Burke, leading scorer with 8 goals so far this season for Millersville. And Johnny Morgan handling starting forward duty. Planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For 35 years and counting, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses across North America craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. And the Delaware Hockey Network is brought to you all season long by the law office of Heather A. Long. Schedule your free consultation today at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. We're going to take a quick timeout here on the Delaware Hockey Network. When we come back, it will be go time as the Delaware Blue Hens look to keep it rolling on home ice. They face off against Millersville. It'll be next here on the DHN live on the 412. And it's all brought to you by Heather A. Long.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. Welcome back to the Delaware Hockey Network. And from wherever you may be tonight, East Coast, West Coast, everywhere in between, Lexington, Kentucky, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, wherever you are tonight, it's great to be with you. Once again, as the Delaware Blue Hens look to keep their positive momentum going, they meet the Millersville Marauders for the first of 2 times this season. As we mentioned during the Limestone Pension Associates pregame report, Jake Quinn with 4 goals and an apple against Georgetown on Saturday. His line gets the start for Vince Falkowski's Blue Hens. And without further ado, we're going to take you inside the glass right now for the Limestone Pension Associates starting lineups. Hockey fans, good evening, and welcome to Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. Tonight, the American Collegiate Hockey Association presents a men's Division II matchup between the visiting Millersville University Marauders and the University of Delaware, your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Fans, let's meet tonight's starting lineups. For the visiting Millersville Marauders, coached by David Andrews. Starting in goal, from Parlin, New Jersey, number 30, Dylan Schroeder. On defense, from Manheim, Pennsylvania, number 21, Kai Dunnigan. And from Westchester, Pennsylvania, number 26, Patrick McDevitt. At left wing, from Endwell, New York, number 19, Johnny Morgan. At right wing, from Palmyra, Pennsylvania, number 9, Andrew Zirko. And starting at center, from Denver, Pennsylvania, number 14, Jacob Burke. It's that time, Blue Hen Nation. Let's meet the starting 6 for your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Starting in goal, a senior from Long Beach Township, New Jersey, number 33, Joey Hooper. On defense, a senior from Greenville, South Carolina, number 28, Sean Lipinski. And a senior from Staten Island, New York, number 3, Patrick Flaherty. At left wing, a sophomore from Ocean Township, New Jersey, number 18, Pat Olensky. At right wing, a sophomore from Colonia, New Jersey, number 17, Hubert Polchlapek. And your starting center, a senior from Rockaway, New Jersey, number 9, the mighty Jake Quinn. Your Delaware Blue Hens are coached by Vince Falkowski, Bob Stroik, and Dylan Green. The on-ice officials for this evening's game, as appointed by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, are referees DJ Mark and Rob Savastano, and linesmen Steve Cannon and James Mandel. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag hanging directly above center ice, as we honor the United States of America and those who defend this nation with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare The bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Pitter patter, let's get at her, hippity bippity boppity boo, whatever you want to say, it's time for hockey. And this Delaware Blue Hens team riding high. 2 wins last weekend. They beat Drexel handily here, and then they took an absolute beating to Georgetown in D.C. on Saturday night. First of 2 games on tap for the Men's Division II Blue Hens this weekend. They'll be here again on Sunday to take on the Mustangs of Stevenson University. More about that a little bit later on. But right now, the task at hand for these Blue Hens, the Millersville Marauders, who consequently were the opponent when DHN Radio began its collegiate coverage all the way back in September of 2017. We're ready to rock and roll from Fred Russ. James Mandel with the opening draw. Jacob Burke will be joined over the Blue Hen logo by Jake Quinn. We're ready for the start. And they're off. Burke winning the initial draw for the Marauders. This puck played up the right wall by McDevitt. This goes deep into Delaware territory. Flaherty plays the body on Burke. We've already got our first penalty of the game coming just 16 seconds into the proceedings. And this will go against the Blue Hens. Flaherty's going to go off for interference. So the first Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill coming up just 16 seconds into tonight's game. Schedule your first cleaning at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 3, Patrick Flaherty. 2 minutes for elbowing. Time of the penalty, 16 seconds in the first period. Flaherty, 2 minutes for elbowing at 16 seconds. We had it as interference upstairs, but the official call from the tandem of DJ Mark and Rob Savastano, it was DJ with the elbowing infraction. And that sets the Hens down a man for the first almost 2.5 minutes of the game. The shot from Joey Engelman was sticked away. Backing up the left wing boards comes Morgan. He lets one go from 35 feet. This is caught and held by Joey Hooper for a pause in play. And the face-off will come to his right. With 70 seconds gone in the first period, 66 seconds to go. On the Flaherty elbowing minor. And the first we see of the third Millersville line, Walter O'Connell coming in across from Brian Kramer. Kramer on the PK, second PK wave. He's along with Stam, Getz, and Lipinski. Aiden Getz has the puck trapped behind his own goal. Trying to pitchfork it away is McDevitt. Joining the battle as well, that's Cole McCulley. Rather, Elias Luncy digging the puck free. The other 11, Delaware's Brendan Stam wrests command of the vulcanized rubber, and he launches this puck the length of the ice with 40 seconds to go on the Flaherty penalty. Schroeder steadies. And Kai Dunnigan will lead the rush from behind his own goal. Advancing pass up the left to Loonsees. Loonsees blew a tire of his own volition. He still got the shot off while losing his balance, but it was easily sticked aside by Hooper. Another Delaware clear, this again off the stick of Brendan Stam, patrolling the near corner. Schroeder left the puck initially to McDevitt, but pulling back is Dunnigan behind his own goal after the feedback from his D partner. McDevitt, headman pass up the middle, glove down by Spots. Former spring forward Ram taken away from him at the Delaware blue line, launched up ice. Henser full strength. Vecchio centering pass to Dimitri Mahalios, but he couldn't get stick on puck cutting into the slot. This is backhanded by Dunnigan. Up the right wing boards, out just over the Millersville blue line. Corralled by Spots, who niftily got back on side before playing the puck deep into Delaware territory. Leighton DeMasters, the product of Salesianum, floats this up the left wing boards, and this is lofted out by Vecchio back across neutral ice as we come to the 3-minute mark of the first period. Nearly a chance there for Double L on the doorstep, but to no avail. Didn't get the angle he'd wanted. Joey Engelman patrolling center, launches this in from distance. That one did make it on net, sticked away by Dylan Schroeder for an easy save. Shots 2-2 at this point. We've just broached the 3-minute mark of the opening frame from Fred Rust Arena. Gets back at center to Downey. Across to gets this comes third D pair on for the Hens, along with the second forward line of Vecchio, DeMasters, and Mahalios. Skip pass across neutral ice from Vecchio, intended for Mahalios, broken up by Johnny Morgan as the Marauders have their top forwards back on. Vecchio and Burke converge on the puck right in front of the scorer's table. Burke took the worst of that. He heads off for a change, staying on for the Hens is Austin Vecchio, but this is played back by Gavin Clark from his own blue line. It will come back and icing deep into Millersville territory with 16:23 to go in the first period of a scoreless game. Big chance awaits the Blue Hens here to get on the board, or at least to establish and maintain momentum. But it will be the fourth line charged with that task as Josh Flom comes in for the faceoff. Unable to change, Morgan took the draw. On the Millersville side, and that attacking zone faceoff with the 4-1 mismatch in the faceoff circle. Ultimately all for naught for Delaware. I don't know about rolling four lines in that case, but early in the game, Vince Falkowski likes to get all four lines a couple shifts before starting to really hone in on the matchups. Furthermore, the Hens' momentum overall has really been trending upward. So in that case, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, could certainly be a possibility. Bouncing puck back into the Delaware zone, recovered by Lipinski, but he was under pressure from the forechecking Joe Petticone. Failed clear, trying to push the puck free was Brady Morrow. It's advanced by Flom up the left wing boards. He generates a 2-on-2 with the former St. Mark's Spartan, Nick Lawson, who is cutting toward the cage. But this puck is taken away and cleared out of harm's way by McCulley, lofted by Aiden Carey, product of the Philadelphia Hockey Club in their USPHL days. This sets up a shot from Cole McCulley, and it's saved by Hooper for a pause and play with 15:27 to go in the first period. We are scoreless from Fred Rust Arena. Here another look at it. The advancing pass from Petticone set up the 2-on-1. McCulley could not get past Joey Hooper, who crossed over to the near post to make the save right in time. 4.5 minutes in the books. There is no score, and there's Joey Engelman working the puck off his backhand to Olensky. Cross-ice pass intended for Polchlepek on the breakout was intercepted. Breaking that up was Walter O'Connell. This back to Dunnigan. Forechecking heat from Polchlepek, forcing the D-zone turnover in Millersville territory. He caroms the puck all the way around to the left point, where Engelman launches one in. First save made by Schroeder. A scrum of players net front. Delaware couldn't generate a second chance opportunity. There's Buckman getting one away from distance. Scrum right at the top of the blue paint. Batted free by Olensky. Buckman steps up to the half wall to protect, but this is taken away by Dunnigan. He can't clear it through traffic. This goes out of play. It's whistled dead by DJ Mark, and we've got a pause with 14:40 to go in the first period of a 0-0 hockey game. And the Blue Hens just peppering Schroeder. 6 shots on goal here in just the first 5 minutes and 20 seconds for the Blue Hens. And the faceoff comes to the left of Dylan Schroeder. as we work our way to the 6-minute mark. Olensky caroms a rolling puck behind the net. He chases it to the far corner where he's met by the shoulder of McDevitt. That forces the giveaway. This cleared by O'Connell. No, not out. Buckman held the point. Headman passed the shot from Olensky. No! Solid chance for Pat Olensky, all alone with the netminder, but Dylan Schroeder has the last word. Olensky trying to split the wickets there, but ultimately to no avail. He had time and space. He was able to get a quality shot away. Here, a less than quality shot covered by Schroeder for another pause with 14:07 to go in first period play. Already 8 Delaware chances of varying qualities, but Dylan Schroeder standing tall for them all. Ethan Sharp wins the near circle draw. Puck held in by Fleming, top of the zone. This taken away and floated by Morgan the length of the ice from just above his blue line. Winning the race to the goal line, Zerko cancels out the icing. Stam quickly the other way, slowed up in neutral ice by Gavin Clark. This now recovered by Getz, who tries to bulldoze his way up the right wing boards. Puck taken away by Burke. This slammed out of the reach of Stam by the back-checking Gavin Clark, hanging close to home. Old school stay-at-home defenseman from Palmyra, Pennsylvania. Looking at the local and regional youth programs. A lot of these Millersville players hailing from the Palmyra Black Knights, hailing from the Central Penn Panthers and the Lehigh Valley Phantoms youth program. Strong pipelines all through southeastern Pennsylvania funneling into this Millersville ACHA Men's Division II program. So a lot of names that we've seen here on the Delaware Hockey Network in our travels. These Marauders are no strangers if you've been following along with us for the past 8 years. Sharp, hassled by Petticone. To Fleming, back to Sharp up the middle. This is tipped by Kramer, but it will come back in icing as Kramer did not have the red line at the time that he released the puck. Whether you've been injured on the job or in a car accident, you know just how challenging and overwhelming the recovery process can be. That's why having a trusted and caring representative by your side is essential to help you navigate the complex world of workers' compensation and personal injury. The law office of Heather A. Long are the folks to contact for their compassionate and empathetic legal representation for folks who have suffered injuries on the job, car accidents, slip and falls, whatever the case may be. Schedule a free consultation today, 302-466-5664, or visit injuryde.com. We are 7.5 minutes into a scoreless hockey game from Fred Rust Arena. Petticone and McCulley in tandem attacking. The shot was blocked wide. Lipinski looked to get a piece of it. Coming back the other direction for the Blue Hens. That was Mahalios trying to set up DeMasters in close. This is covered by Dylan Schroeder, and we've got a pause with 12:13 to go in period number 1 here in the first state. Shots holding steady, 8-2. Delaware controlling the momentum, but they've yet to find the back of the net as Mahalios wins this draw. Dunnigan's got the puck tied up at the near half boards. Flaherty could not hold the point. This punch through by Kai Dunnigan up the left wall. Back to recover is Lipinski, bodied hard into the corner boards by Cranston. Sweeping in Luncis, recovers the puck for the boys in black. He tried to center. This sails well beyond the reach of Dunnigan. Out of the crease, Schroeder plays this, but it was bothered by the forechecking Leighton DeMasters. Dunnigan now with time and space. Volleys the puck across neutral ice. The South Carolinian Sean Lipinski gets this ahead through traffic to Mahalios. Vecchio holds up at the right wing. Mahalios takes aim from distance. Stick saved by Schroeder. Nobody home for the rebound opportunity. Here 8.5 into the first. Cranston clears. Buckman skates backwards to the near corner of his own zone to recover for the Hens. D-to-D pass, Lipinski headmans to Lawson in neutral ice, but he's stood up by a quartet of Marauder defenders just inside the Millersville blue line. Botch breakout pass trying to capitalize as Josh Flom as the fourth line cycles on. This left back to Engelman just inside the line. Puck tipped offline by Stromberg, chasing it down on the far corner. That was Morrow. Morrow couldn't generate anything net front, neither could Flom, so he kicks this back to the left point again. Engelman stick handles Niftali, tried to get a shot through traffic. It was blocked. Heavy net front traffic in front of Schroeder, taking away any opportunity there for Engelman to strike from long range and get one on the board for the Blue Hens. We're nearing halfway in the first period from Fred Rust Arena. No score between Millersville and Delaware. Early momentum, though, certainly going the Blue Hens' favor. They've spent a lot of time in the Millersville end of the rink, and they've peppered Dylan Schroeder with 9 shots so far. Schroeder with a .932 save percentage so far this season. Going to be a bit of a percentages game for Delaware. They've got to get pucks on net. They've got to generate second chance opportunities, and we've said this before many a time in the last 8 years, and we're going to say it until we're blue in the face. 2-on-1s are the key to offensive productivity. Here, a long shot from Jake Petticone, sticked away by Hooper. This is backhanded up the left wing boards by Engelman, but it comes right back to the half wall thanks to Zerko protecting the right point. Zone is cleared. Seifert waits for everybody to tag up on side before flipping the puck into the near corner of the Delaware zone. Gets stick handles to get some space from Joe Petticone, and this is worked up the right wing boards by Polchlepek, but he's outnumbered, leading a 2-on-4 attack. Given away to Petticone, partial changing of the guard for Hens, as we're 10.5 into the first period. Polchlepek from distance threw the puck at net. It was wide of the near post by a good couple feet, but directed by Schroeder back behind the goal. Here barreling back is McCauley, centering past the 8, and Carey's shot was on target, but the last word went to Joey Hooper. Here again, Petticone. That's Jake Petticone taking aim from distance. Another Joey Hooper save, and we've got a break in the action with 9:05 to go in the first period. Hooper standing tall for a couple rapid-fire saves, as we see here again on the 4-1-2 communications replay, first denying Carey, then denying Jake Petticone, and the face-off comes to Hooper's left, with 9:05 to go in the first period. So the shot's now 9-5 in Delaware's favor. Hens pinned back in their own zone. Brendan Stam looking for a way out. He out-hustles the forechecking O'Connell. He dumps the puck into the near corner of the Millersville zone. He's met there by Dunnigan. The centering feed to Kramer did not pan out. Lundseis surrounded by white sweaters on his way into the Delaware zone. He got a long shot away, but it was wide of the post and bodied down by Hooper again. Ethan Sharp barrels back up the left wing boards. Lipinski's got more space. He takes the pass from the left wing. Kramer one-on-one. Shot from just inside the dot. Deflected into the back glass. It was off target. Holding the point off the failed clear. That was Stam. Shot through traffic. Lipinski, puck was loose in front, clearing it out. That was Walter O'Connell to keep the Hens scoreless after a couple decent chances in close. We're down to the 12-minute mark now of the first period. Lipinski protecting the line. A bit of a chaotic middle stage of this first period, but the Hens are generating chances a little bit better. Just going to be a matter of time if they keep the pressure up in the Millersville zone and force Schroeder to scramble and force him to try to go post to post. Only a matter of time before the net opens up. Defensive play's been solid so far for the Hens, and now Vecchio carries this coast to coast. He tried to dipsy-doodle his way past Ben Bell to no avail. He lost the puck. Bell chased it down to the near corner. He played it back to Gavin Clark, but this is cleared out of play with 7:32 to go in the first period of a 0-0 hockey game. Friends, planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For 35 years and counting, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses across America craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. 5/8 of the way through the first period. Hens camping out in the Millersville zone. This is Dimitri Mahalios. Off his backhand, leaving the puck to Engelman at the left point. Beyond Vecchio. That pass sailed. Holding the zone off the failed Clark clear. That was Joey Engelman again. Net front feed. Unable to get stick on puck as desired was DeMasters. He leaves this high to Engelman. One-timer. Sails through the slot wide of the near post. Trying to hold the zone and stepping up to the half wall to do so was Buckman. Vecchio protects. He launches one in long. It was waffle boarded down and away by Schroeder, and this will be carried clear by Burke up the right wing boards beyond center. He and Vecchio collapse in a heap upon gaining the Delaware blue line. Puck back in Blue Hen control. This is headman by Buckman up the right wall. Tipped from just over the blue line by DeMasters deep into Millersville territory. Enough time for the Hens to get in a partial changing of the guard with 6.5 to go in the first period of a still scoreless hockey game. But if we're looking at it in terms of momentum, it's been Delaware all the way. Joe Petticone. Centering pass, Aiden Carey again. Only with 1 goal and 1 assist for this Millersville side this season. A rocket from the point from Jake Petticone was off its target. Morrow can't clear. Carey keeps this puck in deep for the Marauders. Hooper covers, and we've got a pause with 6:03 to go. In opening period action, and action is absolutely the right word for it, from Fred Rust Arena tonight. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event, offering pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's at Suite C26 in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road in Claymont. Open Monday through Saturday for takeaway lunch or to place a catering order. Call 302-439-4937 or visit sidsbbqandjerky.com. You will absolutely be the first star of your next gathering. Flom barrels up the right dots to chase down a loose puck deep in the Millersville zone. Former defenseman Josh Flom scrapping to maintain that puck under pressure from Dunnigan and McDevitt before that. Unable to hold the zone, Lipinski gets taken down. Delayed penalty coming up. Oh, my goodness. First Delaware Sports Medicine power play coming up. This is going to be called a hook on Cranston. Delaware Sports Medicine power play. Learn more about Dr. Brad Bly's commitment to health and wellness for athletes of all ages and abilities by visiting desportsmed.com. The Millersville penalty was assessed to number 10, Jack Cranston, 2 minutes for hooking. Time of the penalty, 14 minutes, 45 seconds in the first period. Cranston 2 for hooking at 14:45. Another net front scramble, another freeze from Dylan Schroeder. As we see this again on the 412 Communications instant replay. The net front redirect from Sharp, chasing his own rebound, but lunging over the puck for the stop and the freeze. It was Dylan Schroeder. He is 14 for 14 in the save department tonight, friends. Absolutely a tough customer between the Millersville pipes so far. 4.5 to go in the first period. Hens with the man advantage for another 70. Second wave on. DeMasters. Up high, Stam's shot off the pads of Schroeder. Mahalios not in position for the net front redirect off the pads. Stam again, opens fire. This shot into the Schroeder glove, but it was from wide. .4:11 to go in period number 1. Hens doing a lot of things right so far, but Dylan Schroeder, the key difference maker for the Marauders to this point in the game. Strong goaltending, long a hallmark of this Millersville side, looking back to Garrett Baldacci in seasons past. And we bring in a little bit of the ambience of Fred Rust Arena with 4:04 to go in the first period, and the mighty Jake Quinn off a 4-goal night against Georgetown, in for the near circle draw against Cole McCulley. Marauders clear. Hooper steadies. Vecchio leaves this behind his own goal for Hubert Polchlepek. 2 goals, 3 assists in 5 games recorded on the stat sheet for Delaware so far. We do caution you, stats are incomplete, but will be updated post-haste. The Vecchio shot from distance was tipped on net, but Schroeder came up with save number 16. Final 3.5 of the opening period. Dunnigan emerges from the pack, but he cannot clear. Again, Vecchio getting one on net. Olensky boxed out for the rebound chance, couldn't finish on the welcome mat. Again, this cleared. Flaherty swats at the puck to knock it out of the reach of Cole McCulley, who came barreling up ice for Millersville. The Marauders now full strength as Zerko tries to drive his way in from the blue line. Vecchio to Flaherty. Flaherty pursued by Zerko, leaves this back to Austin Vecchio. He rolls it around the horn to Pat Olensky, who accelerates, puts on the brakes at red, but he finds the mighty Jake Quinn. Quinney in a 1-on-4. Drop pass to the high slot. He could not find Engelman. This is brought in by Morrow, and it will be called offside. 2:47 to go in the first period. Just a timing error there for the Hens, trying to prolong their attack. Helter-skelter attack there, though. They need to set up more deliberate quality chances. So the faceoff comes outside the Millersville blue line here in the antepenultimate minute of the opening period. Jake Petticone, blue attire, trying to work the puck up the near side out of Millersville territory. Unable to push this free was Morgan, but Zerko backhands it from his own blue line the rest of the way up ice, and this will come back an icing with 2.5 to go in opening period action. The sounds of Journey filling Fred Rust Arena as Mandel drops the puck between Flom and Burke. This goes out. And we'll do it again with 2:28 to go in period number 1. Again, Hens doing a lot right, but unable to this point to figure out Dylan Schroeder. Trying to cut through the slot. Lawson could not change that. Flom trails back to his own line. Ricochets the puck off the far boards to a double-team Brady Morrow, who leaves it back inside his own zone. Engelman lets one go. Flom doesn't pursue, so this is going to come back an icing with 2 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in opening period play. Looking at what's ahead this weekend here on the Delaware Hockey Network. On Saturday, the Delaware women take on Northeastern, and then a doubleheader on Sunday. The men's Division II Hens against Stevenson. And then at roughly 6:30 p.m., the Delaware women completing their weekend doubleheader against the Huskies of Northeastern University, making the trek down from Boston for the weekend set here in the first state. One-timer off the boards from Clark was wide. Lawson could not clear. Holding the point is Aiden Stromberg as the fourth line trying to make something happen. Rather, no, that was Aiden Carey holding the point for Millersville. Second line on. Carey working with Cole McCulley and Joe Petticone. This is pushed up the left wing boards. Corralled by Nick Lawson in the far corner. He could not center to Morrow. Pass was broken up by Carey. Advance beyond the reach of McCulley, recovered by Getz. Downey gives this away. The shot in close. Stopped by Joey Hooper. Not a turnover you can take. Cole McCulley, point-a-game player. Right in position to intercept. He does. And it's up to Joey Hooper to save the day. He records stop number 6 on the evening in what remains a scoreless hockey game. Lipinski backhands this behind the net. We've reached the final minute of play in period number 1 from Fred Rust Arena. Flaherty volleyed back. from center by Stromberg. Lipinski recovers. He can't get this free of the zone. Held in by Stromberg, taken away by Kramer. He's steered to the dots. Oh, this way offside. Ethan Sharp nowhere in position for a clean entry. So with 41 seconds to go in opening period play, the faceoff comes above the Millersville blue line right in front of the 412 Communications press box. O'Connell and Sharp meet for the draw. This is tipped out by Cranston up the far wall. O'Connell barrels his way in up the right wing boards, but Dimitri Mahalio stayed right with him. Another D-zone giveaway, this from DeMasters, but Buckman recovers for the Blue Hens. And this is worked through neutral ice by DeMasters off the give and go up the near side. Rolled back to Buckman at the point. D-to-D pass. Engelman works this around the horn. Again to Mahalios. Vecchio posting up behind the net, but he's bothered by Dunnigan. Nifty stick lift there from the Millersville defenseman, but good puck support lent by DeMasters. Net front chance from Buckman. No scrambling for the save was Schroeder, and the horn sounds to signal the end of a helter-skelter first 20. At the end of one period, there is no score between the Delaware Blue Hens and the Millersville Marauders. We'll be back after the first intermission on the Delaware Hockey Network.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
It's time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. We're just about ready to go for period number 2. The lights are back on. And so far, Dylan Schroeder and Joey Hooper have combined for 24 saves to keep this a scoreless hockey game. Schroeder making stop after stop. Ethan Sharp denied once, twice late in the first period here. And then on the other side, Joey Hooper with a half dozen saves of his own. But this turnover in front of the net from defenseman Danny Downey nearly opened the door for the Marauders to get one. Only for Joey Hooper to again have the last word. If you're just joining us here on the Delaware Hockey Network, James Witherite joining you from the 412 Communications Press Box, wherever you may be joining us from tonight, East Coast, West Coast, and everywhere in between. We are happy to have each and every one of you on board for what's been an exciting, entertaining hockey game to this point. Floodgates aren't open yet, but it's close as the Blue Hens have peppered Dylan Schroeder with vulcanized rubber through the first 20 minutes of this contest. Second period is underway. If you're just joining us, Delaware traveling right to left in second period action in their home whites. The Millersville Marauders moving left to right in their away black kits. Ville down the front in diagonal yellow block letters. Yellow numbers on the back and sleeves and white trim all around. Zerko takes the body from Quinn in the far corner. Puck is worked toward the slot. Launched in by Dunnigan from the top of the zone, and this goes right into the glove of Joey Hooper. For a pause and play, just 29 seconds into the second period. Our referees tonight, Rob Savastano and DJ Mark. Our linespeople, James Mandel, about to drop the puck between Cole McCulley and Josh Flom. And Steve Cannon, his partner on the lines. Flom won the D-zone draw. Engelman advances the puck to Josh Flom, but it was held up at the Millersville line by Clark, delayed offside. As Clark pulls back, everybody tags up. Flom intercepts the breakout. Drop pass was intended for Brady Morrow, but it was tipped by Carey offline. Bouncing puck back to center ice. Aiden Carey, surrounded by a trio of Blue Hens, lost control of the biscuit just inside the zone. Offering good support, Joe Petticone got a shot away. He had time and space galore and a clear lane at Joey Hooper, who came up with save number 8. Lawson corrals a bouncing puck in front of the scorer's table. He tries to push this back deep into Millersville territory, but runs into resistance just above the blue line. Flom, diagonal pass. Lawson gets one on net from in close. This is caught and held by Schroeder for a break in the action. Just 72 seconds into period number 2. And now the big guns come on for the Hens. Sharp, Stam, and Kramer, backed up by Getz and Downey. Brendan Stam in for the draw. Kramer clogging the slot, but this goes Millersville's way ultimately. Holding the point, that was Aiden Getz, but this is deflected up into the rafters and out. And this face-off, where's it going to go? Was it off a Delaware's stick, or was it off a Millersville stick? Linesperson Steve Cannon says this is going to stay inside. It was off a Millersville player. So the Hens will get an attacking zone draw once again. They squander the opportunity to maintain their momentum, but on the back check to recover was Getz deep in his own end. Volleyed by Seifert off the far boards. Walter O'Connell overskates the puck. Trying to maintain was Kramer, but it's taken away and walked into the Delaware end by Jake Petticone. Cross-ice pass and a shot from Cranston was wide of the near post. Looked like Joey Hooper did get a piece of it. This shot was on target, but it came from the left point off the stick of Luncis. Easy save for Hooper to make, and he had help in front to clear the puck out of harm's way. Just beyond 2 minutes into the second period, Kramer barrels his way in up the right wing boards into Millersville territory. Amidst a change, trying to hold the right point was Patrick Flaherty to no avail. Stam on the re-entry. He's angled to the corner by Seifert. Stam circles behind the cage. He works the perimeter of the zone. Lipinski one-timer was blocked by the skate of Cranston. This is cleared. Cranston recovers. He walks into the Delaware end, marked by Lipinski. He lost control of the puck. It is swatted to the far corner by Joey Hooper, and Stam pushes this just clear as Kai Dunnigan was unable to maintain the point cleanly for the Marauders. We work to 3 minutes into the second period. Still no score from Fred Rust Arena. Shots 19-9 in Delaware's favor. They controlled faceoffs 14-10 for the first 20 minutes, and in terms of A-grade chances, they add 3 to Millersville's 2. Here's a 2-on-2 zone entry for the Marauders, and a long shot from Stromberg, batted away by Hooper right as he dropped down into the butterfly. Battle for the rebound develops in the far corner, and muscling this puck free is Leighton DeMasters. Here's an odd man rush for the Blue Hens on the counterattack. Drop past Mahalio's shot, and a save by Schroeder again. My goodness gracious, has Dylan Schroeder been some kind of dialed in tonight? Time and space galore for Mahalios. He tried to pick his corner, but Dylan Schroeder on the other end, now 20 for 20 in the save department. $16:24 to go in period number 2. Delaware and Millersville yet to light the red lamp. Engelman to Mahalios. Cross-ice pass, Vecchio one-timer, no sir again. Schroeder slamming the door for the 21st time tonight. Here's Vecchio again. He plays this up the right boards. Back to Buckman in front of his own bench. Buckman flips this back to Vecchio. They trade places. Buckman working the corner. Leaves this behind the net. It skitters into the path of Dimitri Mahalios as DeMasters looms net front. Mahalios surveys his options, pressured by Clark. Vecchio couldn't dish one on to the doorstep where waiting was DeMasters. This turned over to Zerko, who flips the puck in after gaining the Delaware blue line. It was a lazy shot thrown in on Hooper. Enough, though, for the Marauders to get in a changing of the guard. Quick counterattack for the Hens. The shot from Vecchio was rushed wide and high. Loose puck in front of the Hens bench, corralled by Joe Petticone. Head man to Cole McCulley. He storms the net, but he's steered behind it by the back-checking Aiden Getz. Getz and Seifert converge in the far corner. Puck is loose in front. Scrambling to cover was Hooper. Whoa! Oy vey! A goalie battle well in the works, as these two gentlemen have combined now for 32 saves, and we're only 25 minutes in. My goodness. We are getting everything we bargained for and then some tonight, friends. And still no score. 5 minutes have gone by the wayside here in the second period from Fred Rust Arena. Jake Quinn flips the puck across neutral ice. It comes back to him via Aiden Carey, dropping back to the Millersville line. Here's Quinn again. Stick handling his way past Carey, but pinched to the far, or the near corner, I should say. Seifert recovers. Carey could not clear, but he flips the puck ahead to the accelerating Cole McCulley, who's pushed to the near wall by Fleming. McCulley wraparound. He was met by a pair of Delaware defenders on the other side of the cage. This comes around the horn to Seifert. He flubbed the pass, which came to him across the line from Jake Petticone. Recovering is Fleming. To Getz. Puck lofted but gloved down midair by Jack Cranston. It bounces back at a neutral ice. It comes back to Getz. Pursued heavily, and he gives the puck away to O'Connell. He got the shot in. This is cleared. Delaware penalty coming up as we work our way to the 6-minute mark of period number 2. The extra attacker is on, and Petticone pulls back to his own blue line. Jake Petticone body down by Polchlepek, and here the whistle sounds with 13:51 to go in the second period, and the Hens are headed back to the Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill. What does Rob have to say? Cross check on Jake Quinn. So 6:09 into the second period. Quinn's off for 2 minutes of shame. And the Hens are on their second Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill of the night. Schedule your first cleaning today at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 9, Jake Quinn. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 6 minutes, 9 seconds in the second period. Quinn, 2 for cross-checking at 6:09. And the Marauders strike on the power play to draw first blood against the Hens. Cranston with his first of the season, and we'll see it again here. Cranston camping out net front. Converting with the man advantage. And the 14th time proves a charm for the Millersville Marauders as they take the early lead. Millersville goal, first of the season, scored by number 10, Jack Cranston. Assisted by number 11, Cole McCulley, and number 14, Jacob Burke. Time of the power play goal, 6 minutes, 44 seconds in the second period. Cranston's first from McCulley and Burke at 6:44, a power play goal. Friends, if you're like me, healthy living is important, and Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help you and your family stay healthy at home with periodic sanitization and disinfecting of your trash and recycling bins. Schedule your first cleaning today at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. So the Hens in an all too familiar place in the early stages of this season, trailing, but certainly not for lack of effort and execution. They've just run into a brick wall on the other side of the ice, and his name is Dylan Schroeder. He has stopped all 21 Delaware shots on goal he's seen. Hooper freezes, and the face-off will come to his right. 12:11 to go in the second period. Big guns on for Ville. Second line on for Delaware. Mahalios and Burke. Squaring off, puck is down, and play continues. Morgan tried to carom the puck to his point man, Gavin Clark, but this sails the length of the ice. Clark to Zerko. Muscled away by Vecchio. In comes Dimitri Mahalios, but he's outnumbered. Mahalios cross-ice pass to Masters. Shot was blocked by Ben Bell, clogging the slot. DeMasters pursues his own deflection. To the far corner, he's got help from Vecchio, who centered but gave it away to Zerko. He throws the puck up the middle. Johnny Morgan muscles his way into the Delaware zone, but he too is outnumbered upon gaining the Delaware line. This thrown in out of desperation by Clark from the right point. The backhand from Burke off the diagonal headman pass was well off its intended line. Vecchio could not clear. Again, Clark protects the right point. We work our way to the 9-minute mark of the second period. Millersville has drawn first blood, and doing so was Jack Cranston, scoring his first goal of the season. And play now is halted in the Delaware end with 11:08 to go in period number 2. Marauders, thanks to the Jack Cranston power play goal. The leaders 1-0 as this second period has taken a turn in their favor. Quinn and McCulley dispute the contested puck over the dot. Kai Dunnigan hustles back into his own zone. This is advanced by Petticone to McCulley up the left wing boards. The secondary pass intended for Carey well beyond his reach. Sean Lipinski, the South Carolinian, getting there to recover control for the Blue Hens, but deep in the Hens end of the zone, in the Hens end of the rink, we should say. Dunnigan patrolling center. Leads to the re-entry for the Marauders. And the Hens counterattack, led by Flom up the near side, will come back offside. Padalensky jumped the gun on that zone entry up the middle. And this is going to bring the face-off just above the Millersville blue line with 10.5 minutes to go in second period play. Hens certainly not lacking for chances in the early stages of this game, but it's been more quantity over quality. They need quality if they're going to beat a quality goaltender, and so far Dylan Schroeder has been living up to that billing. Net front chance from Cranston, looking for another, frozen by Hooper. .12 remaining in the second period. Hens with their back to a wall right now as the faceoff comes to the left of Joey Hooper. He's stood tall for 15 of 16 saves, so 93.25%, give or take. 93.75. Yes, we are going to nitpick over 0.5%. We do that in this press box. If you know, you know. Just beyond halfway through this game. Lunceis could not set anything up net front. A host of white and blue uniforms clogging up the Delaware slot area. This is cleared by Engelman. Seifert recovers, but he gives it back in neutral ice. Joey Engelman turns this to Buckman, who's got more space to work with up the far side. Puck tipped from center by Lawson, just in over the Millersville line, where Jake Petticone slams it back the other way. Lawson recovers just above his own stripe. He mishandles the puck on his way toward the Millersville zone. It's taken away by Waters and flipped in behind the Blue Hens cage, where back to recover was Buckman. Race on for a loose puck in Millersville territory. Clark out-hustles Morrow to get there. This goes out of play. We've got a pause with 9:06 to go in the second. Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. So, how do you get your voice above the fray? 412 Communications has myriad solutions to build bridges between your brand and its clientele, your team, and your audience. Broadcast to social, print to digital, the 412 team will put their 40-plus years of experience to work for you. East Coast, West Coast, everywhere in between, Yes, Lexington, Kentucky too. Let's talk about how to get you noticed. Visit us at 412communications.com today. Fleming, sharp, sandwiched by a pair of Marauders below the goal. To his aid comes Brendan Stam, but he can't muscle the puck free. This was cleared by Bell. Tipped back in by Getz, but this will come back offside. 8:43 remaining in the second period. Hens only have 3 shots on goal here in the middle frame. And 1 goal against, which came off the stick of Jack Cranston. On the lone power play of the second period. So Jake Quinn, the major asset in Delaware's commanding win over Georgetown with 4 goals and an assist. The liability tonight is his cross-checking minor. 6 minutes and change into the second period opened the door for Cranston's power play goal. Really good execution, too, from the Marauders on the man advantage, taking advantage of the net front area and getting a second chance shot in past Joey Hooper. Here a long-range chance from Andrew Zerko into the Hooper glove, and we've got a pause with 8:05 to go in period number 2. Fresh legs on for both sides. A chance for us to catch our breath and cool our jets here in the press box. The face-off again coming to the right of Joey Hooper. Mahalios and McCulley, a pair of second-line centers. Contesting the draw, long shot from just inside the line, off the stick of Jake Petticone, was well off its intended target. Seifert holds the near point. Vecchio recovers. He waits a beat. He tried to connect with Mahalios, but that pass was intercepted by the other 16, Aiden Carey, leading to a McCulley chance from right on the welcome mat, denied by Joey Hooper for save number 17 in this 1-0 hockey game. Advantage Millersville as we work to the final 7.5 in the second. Man, that coffee's good. Flaherty could not find DeMasters up the right wing boards. The outlet pass beyond the reach of Double L, and this is turned back the other way by Jake Petticone. Volleyed by Lipinski across neutral territory once again into the control of Seifert, but he turns it over to Mahalios. Smartly DeMasters tags up. Vecchio comes bulldozing his way in. Puck was loose in front after Schroeder scrambled for the save, and this is cleared back to center. DeMasters flips the puck in, delayed offside for about half a second, the literal kind. As Steve Cannon waves play good as soon as everybody tagged up. And Millersville proceeds to ice the puck with 6 minutes and 42 seconds to go. In the second period, Hens desperately need to get one in here in the next couple shifts, because after they started strong in the momentum column, the wind's been knocked almost entirely out of their sails here in the second. Engelman. Stretch past and nobody off the near boards. There's no icing here. Olensky couldn't muscle the puck beyond Petticone, who beat him below the goal by about a step or a step and a half. Hens will try again as the Marauders dump and change. Another outlet pass, too long off the stick of Joey Engelman. Hens are going to get a power play as Polchlepek took a high hit. And with 6 minutes to go in the second period, the Blue Hens will go to their second Delaware Sports Medicine power play. Learn more at desportsmed.com. Jake Petticone's going to go for interference right at the 14-minute mark of the second period. Turkeys on the table for the Blue Hens to try to level the score. Millersville penalty was assessed to number 65, Jake Petticone. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 14 minutes even in the second period. Jake Petticone 2 for interference at 14 minutes. Stam working the perimeter of the zone. Backhand shot from just above the right dot was errant. DeMasters back to Stam. He opens fire right down the pipe from 40 feet, but again, it is Dylan Schroeder who has the last say. Whether you're a competitive athlete like these gentlemen or a weekend warrior like me, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. And with years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes alike, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. That and with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend. Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more. Kramer, cross ice pass, Mahalios, Stam, high slot, DeMaster, steps up shot, blocked off the skate of McDevitt, and this rolls back to center. A minute remaining on this Delaware Sports Medicine power play. Hens could not connect on their first man advantage. DeMasters driven by the Cole McCulley shoulder into the boards right at the blue line. So it will be Ethan Sharp who leads this rush into Millersville territory. He tried to stick handle past Dunnigan. One too many stick handles, and he turns the puck over. Here's a 2-on-2 the other way, make it a 3-on-2. Trying to get the shot away was Lunces at the top of the left circle, but Stam got in his way and recovered for the Blue Hens. Half a minute remaining. On the man advantage, 4.5 to go, give or take, in the second period. Marauders 1, Delaware 0 from Fred Rust Arena. Polch-Lepek up the middle. And he comes up the left wing boards after being pinched by Morgan. Polch-Lepek cycles to the mighty Quinn. Polch-Lepek could not hold the zone. The Jake Petticone penalty has expired. Loose puck at center, recovered by Morgan. Olensky hustles back to get to him. Driving in through the slot was Morgan. He got a shot away. Hooper with the save and another! A pair of rapid fire stops from Joey Hooper. Make it 3 rapid fire stops from Joey Hooper to keep this a 1-0 hockey game. Now the fourth line with 3:45 to go in the second period. Tasked with generating some energy for the Blue Hens, working the puck back up ice and trying to set up the equalizer. In comes Lawson, backhand. He didn't get enough mustard on it. Easily intercepted by Dunnigan, camping out net front. This goes the length of the ice. Putting on the brakes was Burke, right as the puck was frozen. Under the glove of Joey Hooper with 200 seconds to go in the second period of this 1-0 hockey game. A goalie battle indeed. 44 combined shots, 43 combined saves. If you're a baseball purist, this is right up your alley too. Lawson's shot from the dot wide. Nearly a chance from the right point off the stick of Getz, but to no avail. Joe Petticone to carry. Toe drag from McCulley ensured an onside entry. The net front tip again held on to for the pause by Joey Hooper with 2:52 to go in the second period. Millersville looking to pad their 1-0 lead. The Delaware defensive corps doing all they can to limit Millersville's A-grade chances, and Joey Hooper so far doing his fair share of the heavy lifting and then some on top of that. But the difference maker in this game, we've said it earlier, we've said it before, he just made his 25th save. That's Dylan Schroeder, who denied Stam from the top of the near circle. Engelman launches the puck up the right wing boards. It was tipped by Kramer over the blue line in behind the Millersville goal. Kramer off his backhand, bobbled by Engelman at the right point, so the Hens are going to have to regroup. Stam leads the re-entry up the left side. The Millersville faithful wanted an offside. Stam gets a shot through. And Dylan Schroeder comes up with save number 26. The man from Parlin, New Jersey. There's beast mode, then there's Zen mode, and then there's Dylan Schroeder. 26 for 26. He has made tonight absolute HE double hockey sticks for the Blue Hens. If there's been a lone difference maker in this game, it's been him. Here's Mahalios trying to change the narrative. He beats two defenders. He shoots. It was wide. Rebound controlled by Jake Petticone. This is tipped off the Zerko stick back to center. Engelman recovers. Minute 25 to go in the second. Millersville 1, Delaware 0. Lazy puck covered by Schroeder for the pause. And the faceoff will come to his left with officially 82 seconds to go here in the second. Quinn Polchlepek-Olensky on for Delaware. It is Cole McCulley taking the draw for Millersville. So Hens starting line, but their third line on paper up against Millersville's second line. Final 70 in the second period. This shot from Pat McDevitt in the high slot was blocked as soon as he got rid of it. Hens back the other way. Unable to generate any momentum as Aiden Carey comes barreling back into the Delaware end. But as he tried to cut through the slot, waiting for him was Pat Flaherty to recover for the Blue Hens. Here's Polchlepek. Pressed by Carey. He dumps the puck into the far corner. Olensky chases it down below the goal. This kicked high. Thrown in by Lipinski, well off target. Polchlepek rebound chance off the back boards. No, as crossing to the near post was Schroeder to attempt the save, but he knocks the net off its moorings, and we've got a pause with 37.4 remaining in the second period. The chances ramping back up for Delaware, but Dylan Schroeder there to answer every last call. Kramer and McCulley met to the left of McCulley's netminder. McCulley got the shot away after streaking from left to right, but it missed the far post. Hooper didn't have to move a muscle on that one. Last chance effort for Delaware to get on the board in the second period. The breakout pass went awry. It was too long for Kramer to handle. Turned back by Dunnigan, back into the Hen zone. This is chipped by Stam up the near boards. Ethan Sharp, headman to Kramer in neutral ice. And this is whistled offside with 2 seconds to go. Botched opportunity for the Hens to generate a last-second scoring chance. And with all likelihood, this face-off will be a mere formality, and indeed it is. 40 minutes gone from Fred Rust Arena. At the end of 2 periods, the score: Millersville Marauders 1, Delaware Blue Hens 0. We'll be back on the Delaware Hockey Network, and it's brought to you by Heather A. Law.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. Third period about to get underway. And the Hens have some catching up to do after giving up a power play goal to the Millersville Marauders, 6:44 into the second period. It was this setup from Cole McCulley to put one on a tee for Jack Cranston. To give the Millersville Marauders the lone goal of the game. James Witherite joining you from the 412 Communications press box at Fred Rust Arena. To sum up the Blue Hens' current situation, pressure. Quantity's not been the issue. Quality of scoring chances absolutely has. In that second period, they gave up 3 A-grade chances to Millersville while only accounting of one of their own. Here, a quick shot from Kai Dunnigan to start the third period, and an icing against Delaware will send them back in their zone with just 18 seconds elapsed. Faceoff's going to be to Hooper's right. Nope. Linesperson James Mandel fakes us out as center Jacob Burke elects for the far circle faceoff. If you're making the transition from the USA Hockey rulebook to the NCAA rulebook, which American Collegiate Hockey Association competition plays under, the non-offending team on icings and the starts of power plays are given the option of which side they want that initial faceoff to be from. Lipinski could not work the puck past the forechecking Andrew Zerko. Flaherty to Polchlepek up the near side. Polchlepek to the streaking Sean Lipinski. In comes the South Carolinian, but this is a 2-on-3. He gets a shot away through traffic. Again, it's frozen by Schroeder for the pause. 57 seconds into the third period of a 1-0 hockey game not going the Hens' way. Back-to-back wins for Delaware coming into this tilt. They beat Drexel, and then they beat Georgetown. But so far tonight, Dylan Schroeder has been the star of the show. 75 into the third. This is chipped by Ben Bell to center. Through traffic, Joe Petticone could work this only as far as the Delaware blue line, where the puck was tied up. Brought free by Brady Morrow, the freshman from Lewis, Delaware. In up the middle comes Flom. Delaware fans want a trip. They're not going to get it. Buckman will try again. He takes a light cross-check in the back from McCulley, but is able to continue on virtually unabated. So this is let go, and Ben Bell up the right side emerges from behind his own net. But he gets tied up in neutral ice, and he gives the puck away to Engelman. Buckman leaves this to Morrow. He tips it in over the stripe, chased down by Flom in the far corner. Josh Flom double-teamed at the base of the Millersville bench. This to Lawson. Patrolling the corner up high is Downey. Oh my, Lawson scores! We're tied up 1-1! The score is evened, 2:06 into the third period. And here it comes again on the 412 Communications Instant Replay. Looked like Morrow with the tip. And the Hens try as they do. Finally get one past Schroeder to make this a tie hockey game. Particulars to come. Another shot from distance, turned aside by Schroeder. This is Morrow's first as a Blue Hen. Here we go. Oh, Delaware goal! His first as a Blue Hen, scored by number 30, Brady Morrow. Assisted by number 12, Nick Lawson. And number 5, Josh Flom. Time of the goal, 2 minutes, 6 seconds. In the third period. Morrow's first from Lawson and Flom at 2:06. Can the Hens keep the momentum going? That, dear friends, remains to be seen. Lipinski recovers over the center logo. He advanced the puck to Mahalios, who, taking a body, was able to drive play back into the Millersville end. Waters clears. Stretch pass intended for Alden Spots. The former Spring-Ford Ram could not connect. Flaherty stood up by Dunnigan. The centering pass from Waters never connected with Spots crashing the net. He was outmanned by a pair of Delaware defenders. DeMasters' entry off the pass from Lipinski above the line was indeed onside. Here's Vecchio off the setup from Dmitry Mahalios, but he was wide on the one-timer. Lipinski again gets this one through traffic. Scrambling for the save again is Schroeder. Whew. Let's see that again. Because why the heck not? Dylan Schroeder has been lights out. Absolutely phenomenal work between the pipes. 30 for 31. Looming net front was Polchlepek, but the puck never got to him from Olensky. Hens get another chance for the go-ahead, as this will be called back an icing with 15:50 to go. A newly deadlocked 1-1 hockey game. And Jake Quinn, the number one star on Saturday night, opts for the near circle face-off, but he gives it away. Morgan could not find Zerko on the breakout. Engelman to Olensky. Buckman leaves this back to Engelman. Hens will try to set up a more concerted attack, and they do. Quinn leads the 2-on-2. Entry is good. His shot. Waffle boarded up and away. It was on target. Schroeder keeping the puck out of the house. Olensky leaves this behind the cage. It ricochets awkwardly off the backboards. Ben Bell barely clears. The backhand of Getz not enough to hold the zone. The backhand shot from Burke. Caught and held by Hooper with 15:09 to go in the third period. Momentum starting to swing in the Hens' favor, but they're going to have to dig themselves out of the D zone here with just under a quarter of the third period in the books. McCulley and Flom. Mismatch in the circle. Second line forward for Millersville. The fourth line on for Delaware. Fourth line, third pair has spelt danger in the past for Delaware, but that's what they've got in their own end. Getz, Fleming. Fails on the breakout. Getz tries to push this free. Taken away by Joe Petticone, but there was nobody for the pass across the Royal Road. Carey tied up by Flom in the far corner. Flom, a very useful defenseman as well, playing on the fourth line this year for Delaware, but he was a solid second pair defender for the past couple seasons he spent as a Blue Hen. This freeze by Joey Hooper will give Delaware an opportunity to change up, and they absolutely do. Top line, top pair on. The mismatch in the face-off circle now going the Hens' way as Stam and O'Connell meet to the left of Hooper. And here come the Blue Hens back on the offensive. Kramer couldn't track the puck down. Dunnigan out-hustled him back to the Millersville goal line. Stam slows up O'Connell coming the other way. He carries this up the left wing boards. Stam trying to stay even with him. And O'Connell was slowed up by Flaherty at the Delaware line. This is volleyed back by McDevitt across neutral territory and off the backboards behind Hooper. Lipinski up the middle to Kramer, 2-on-2. Kramer, flip pass. Stam tried to put one on a tee at the top of the blue paint, but to no avail. Long shot ricochets off the backboards as we work to the 7/9 completion mark of the game. Trying to maintain possession was Lipinski. O'Connell pushes this back to center. Sharp hustles to his own line to recover before headmanning to Kramer for the re-entry. Kramer is steered to the near corner by Bell. 13-19 to go in the third period of a 1-1 hockey game from Fred Rust Arena. First of two this weekend for the Blue Hens men's Division II team. They will take on Stevenson on Sunday. That game has been moved forward to 3:15 Eastern, 12:15 Pacific. Bell from his own blue line. This is called an icing. Cannon putting his hand on his chest as soon as he calls it. Is this going to come back to center? No. Cannon says, I made a mistake here, boys. We're going to bring it back to center. And I think this is the correct adjudication. Two Millersville players won the race to the goal line. So play restarts over the center ice logo. And Delaware's got to work back out of their own end the old-fashioned way. No free pass here. As Engelman, double teamed by a pair of backcheckers, gives the puck away, and this is cleared into the Delaware bench and out with 12:39 to go. Play restarts behind the origin of the errant pass, which means just above the Millersville blue line. Mahalios and Burke. Here come the Hens. Mahalios, DeMasters shot after bobbling the puck. Tipped behind the cage by Schroeder. Where is this bouncing puck? It's now on the stick of Mahalios in the near corner. He leaves this to the top of the zone, winding up Buckman. Blocked a football-style wall of defenders in front of the net, and recovering is Burke after making the block. Burke from distance gets one on net while Mahalios pushed him to the corner. This is caught and held by Hooper for a pause in play with 12:07 remaining in a 1-1 hockey game. With a listen-first approach that creates a unique solution for your circumstances, the expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long are committed to providing empathetic and compassionate legal representation for individuals who have suffered injuries. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-LONG or visit injuryde.com. Quinn and McCulley. McCulley wins the draw at the near circle. Carey, skip pass just inside the line to Pat McDevitt. He throws the puck in from distance. It was higher than Hooper's glove. It ricochets off the back glass. Aiden Carey again with the cross-ice pass. This off the far boards beyond McDevitt's reach. He chases it down and plays the carom shot in behind the net. Buckman checked off the puck by Carey, the former Philadelphia hockey clubber. Polchlepek ultimately recovers for the Hens, and this will be iced by Engelman, but he can't get off the ice in time, so he is forced to stay on, along with his counterparts in white, blue, and gold, with 11 minutes and 24 seconds to go in regulation of this 1-1 deadlock and a thriller, to say the least. Not necessarily a game that the Blue Hens had circled on their calendar for the season after largely dominating the Marauders through the past few years. But that being said, it's turned out to be an instant classic, thanks to the net minding of Dylan Schroeder and Joey Hooper alike, combining for, wait for it, 57 saves. This is another icing against the Hens with 11:13 to go. I can hear Bob Thomas saying right now, James, I'm going to call it next goal wins. He's probably not wrong, even if it is the Bob Thomas in my head version of Bob Thomas in this instance. Turns the puck over in his own zone. It was thrown in by Cranston, but in an awkward angle that trickled through the top of the blue paint before being cleared out of harm's way. Polchlapek to Getz. Getz looking for the breakout. He connects with Olensky after Millersville dropped 4 guys inside the line. Olensky stood up. Getz protects the puck. Downey drives this back mid-zone. This taken away by Morgan, cleared back to center where a skittering puck is corralled by Lawson. He flips this in, blockered by Schroeder. It nearly bounced inside the cage, but ultimately it ends up in the near corner. Nearly the go-ahead for the Blue Hens, but a fluky one it would have been at best. Getz blew a tire in his own end. Jacob Burke pounces, but he throws the puck into the far corner. Foot race for it. Aiden Getz trying to make amends. He chips this off the boards. Burke stood up with an open ice hit. He centers anyway to Morgan, who was working the mid-slot, but driven to the near corner by Downey, and he lost his shot lane. Inside the final 10 minutes of regulation, Delaware 1, Millersville 1 from Fred Rust Arena in the Hens' first of 2 meetings with the Marauders and their first of 2 home games this weekend at Fred Rust Arena. They'll be back on Sunday to take on the Mustangs of Stevenson University. Again, note the time change for that game, and we'll give you the full screen graphic here at the next stoppage. That will start at 3:15 Eastern. 12:15 for those of you joining us from the West Coast. Flom looking for Lawson on the breakout, and he connects. Lawson tried to split defenders traversing the slot, but his stick was lifted by Seifert, and the puck ended up in the far corner. Lawson chased it down, but was unable to maintain the Hens' momentum. Here's Petticone the other way. His shot from the top of the left circle, blocked by the back-checking Ethan Sharp. The alumnus of Salesianum works this ahead to Nick Lawson, the alumnus of St. Mark's, but Jake Petticone recovers at center red for the Marauders, down to the final 8:45 of regulation. Lipinski throws this up the far boards to Stam, who waited smartly to play the puck before or after the substitution was complete, I should say. Sharp could not center cleanly after recovering in the near corner. Now it's tied up to a side. To the left of netminder Dylan Schroeder in the Millersville zone. Schroeder with 33 saves on 34 shots. His counterpart 178 feet away, Joey Hooper, 25 for 26. Centering pass from O'Connell from the corner. Cranston didn't have a chance on the doorstep. This puck is batted out of midair by Dunnigan over center, picked up by Stam. Across the Royal Road to Kramer, he's denied by Schroeder stepping up for save number 34 down to the final 8 minutes. In comes Engelman on the re-entry for Delaware as the rest of his Blue Hen counterparts change up. Centering pass intended for Stam, didn't connect. This is Burke working up the left wall, hassled by Mahalios. Enough pressure from Dimitri Mahalios forced an errant shot. Engelman can't push the puck clear up the far half wall. This comes back behind the Delaware goal where Morgan recovers. Morgan tried to set up Burke on the doorstep to no avail that time. Buckman tries to tie this up in the near corner with 7.5 to go. A two-a-side battle goes the way of Johnny Morgan, the product of the southern tier of New York State. But he was outmanned by the Delaware side deep in the zone. Here a headman pass, here a shot from Burke, here another save from Joey Hooper. Hens clear some heat out of a hot kitchen, but Bell recovers at the Millersville line. This volleyed to Buckman. Taken down behind the play was Kramer by Morgan, and this will be a delayed penalty. DJ Mark's arm is up. There's the whistle, and there we go. The Blue Hens with 6:56 to go are on their way to the Delaware Sports Medicine Power Play. Looking at what's ahead for the Blue Hens. The women in action on Saturday against Northeastern, game time 7:15 p.m., all times Eastern. And then a Sunday doubleheader. The men's D2 side taking on Stevenson at 3:15. followed more or less immediately by the Delaware women against the Huskies of Northeastern in their second meeting of the weekend. The Millersville penalty was assessed to number 19, Johnny Morgan, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 13 minutes, 4 seconds of the third period. Morgan, 2 for cross-checking at 13:04. A couple rapid-fire shots to start this power play for the Blue Hens. This is cleared, steadied by Hooper. Polchlepek, Vecchio, Flaherty, Quinn, and Olensky are the quintet of Blue Hen attackers. Vince Falkowski loves the 4-1 on the first wave of the power play. That's what he's got here as Vecchio pulls back to quarterback, switching places with defender Pat Flaherty. The pass into the dot was broken up by Cole McCulley, who comes barreling in. He dekes. Hooper says no! Joey Hooper had to cross post to post for that one, and he obliges. McCulley leaves this to Gavin Clark, who clears. 35 seconds to go on the Morgan cross-checking minor. 5.5 to go in regulation. 1-1 the score in this hard-fought goalie duel from Fred Rust Arena. As a commentator, these are the ones we live for. Mahalios. Kramer. Back to Mahalios. He throws one on net. Follow-up chance. Stam could not get it past. Another spectacular series of saves from Dylan Schroeder. Absolutely the star of this game. Play halted with 4:48 remaining. Whew. Well, we've got a chance to catch our breaths. Thank yous to everybody who make it a pleasure to come to work every weekend here at Fred Rust Arena. Our production assistant is the stat man Eli Swope. Our videographer tonight, Sydney Butler. Tip of the hat as well to our friend Ryan Thompson joining us in the press box tonight. Joe and the whole custodial staff. Our assistant producer is Broadway Joe Sindoni. Our co-executive producer is Molly Jo Rosen. I'm James Witherite, and it's been an absolute treat to be with you here on this Friday night. Buckle up. It's time for the stretch drive from Fred Rust Arena. A penalty from Savastano. Comes with 4:35 remaining in the third period. It's going to go against Delaware. It's going to go against Sean Lipinski. So the momentum mounted by the Blue Hens to get back on level pegging has been all but stunted by Sean Lipinski. And the Hens are back on the Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill, but only for the third time tonight. Schedule your first cleaning at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. That shot from Seifert was deflected up and out by Hooper. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 28, Sean Lipinski. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 15 minutes, 25 seconds in the third period. Lipinski, 2 for cross-checking at 15:25. Rolling puck brought back down by Seifert at his own line. Morgan gives this away. Vecchio shot! Hey! Shoots and scores! Austin Vecchio with some shorthanded magic, giving Delaware their first lead of the game. Here it comes again. D-zone turnover, leading to Vecchio's fifth. And at the 15:51 mark, the Blue Hens have taken the lead. My, how we wish this were the PW. Love the jailbreak rule. Not to be here, though. As a wide shot skips into Hooper's glove. And we've got a pause and play. Delaware Blue Hens, shorthanded goal. His 5th of the season. Scored by number 10, Austin Vecchio. Time of the unassisted goal, 15 minutes, 51 seconds in the third period. Vecchio's 5th, unassisted, at 15:51, a short-handed goal. 3.5 minutes to go, long shot from Dunnigan, and a glove save from Hooper. Faceoff's going to come to Joey Hooper's left. With still 55 seconds remaining on the penalty clock against Lipinski. .200 seconds. Burke down the pipe wide. Here's Burke again off the feed from Cranston. Burke protecting the zone. Finds McCulley, who tried to center. This puck taken away and driven into the backboards by Engelman. He's got it tied up. Now he's got help in the form of Kramer. 23 seconds remaining on this Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill. We've entered the antepenultimate minute of the game with Delaware leading 2-1. An absolutely superb display from both netminders tonight. And it's been the little things that have made all the difference. Solid kill here from Delaware. After giving up a power play goal in the second period, Vecchio pots a shorty to put the Hens up. 2:15 to go. This is Luncic up the left wing boards, bodied down by Getz after he was steered into the wall by Olensky. This is dropped back to the point. The shot from Dunnigan took a hop in the blue paint, but bounced wide of the post. Inside the final 2 minutes, Dunnigan stretches this ahead to Zerko. Shot from the top of the circle, right on target, saved by Hooper. That's his 31st. Walter O'Connell tries to hold his ground for the rebound, but this is taken away by Flaherty, flipped by Olensky from blue line to blue line and then some. We've entered the final 100. McDevitt, pursued by Mahalios. Flub breakout, and this is going to be called a high stick on the puck. So this is going to come all the way down. Tactical error on the part of Leighton DeMasters. Timeout signaled by Millersville. Timeout, Millersville. We'll take a quick timeout ourselves. We'll be back with the stretch drive of this thriller from Fred Rust Arena.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
The conference at the Delaware bench breaking up. ready to go for the final 77. Hens drive back into attacking position off the draw. Now Schroeder breaks for the bench. Net is empty with 62 seconds to go. Net front scrum, trying to bat the puck in was Seifert to no avail. Burke across the line to Bell. This rolls into the far corner. Mahalios runs the gauntlet behind the cage, but he gives the puck away to McCulley. Burke getting tied up in the near corner, bodied down by Dimitri Mahalios. This ruled as being within the bounds of play by Mark. Vecchio double-teamed on his way in toward an empty net. He got slowed up at the blue line. Final 23 from Fred Rust Arena. This is Jacob Burke. Entry is good. Burke flips the puck in off the backboards, pursued by Bell in the far corner. Lipinski ties him up. Puck bounces toward the slot. Aiden Carey surrounded by white sweaters. Petticone sets up a one-timer, which made it on net. It was off the stick of Seifert. Whew. Hooper again with 6 seconds to go. Holds on for dear life. And a crucial faceoff awaits the Blue Hens. And in for it is Ethan Sharp across from McCulley to the right of the Delaware net. Puck is down, final seconds, scrum over the puck. This is cleared off the glass by Brian Kramer, and the Delaware Blue Hens have won. Today's final score, your Delaware Blue Hens 2. Millersville Marauders 1. Final shots on goal, Delaware 40, Millersville 33. A time-honored tradition in the great game of hockey, the post-game handshake cue. And what a hockey game we had tonight here from Fred Rust Arena. Fans, it's time for the Sid's Barbecue and Jerky 3 stars of the game. Tonight's third star with 38 saves for the visiting Millersville University Marauders. Number 30, Dylan Schroeder. Tonight's number 2 star with 32 saves for your Delaware Blue Hens, number 33, Joey Hooper. And the number 1 star of the game with the game-winning goal for your Delaware Blue Hens, number 10, Austin Vecchio. So the Hens, in an intense goalie battle, pull out the 2-1 win over the Marauders to keep their streak alive. They've won 3 in a row now. We'll be back with this Men's Division 2 side on Sunday as they host the Stevenson Mustangs. The women in action from Fred Rust Arena tomorrow against Northeastern. That game at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. For the whole crew, James Witherite saying thank you for your company. We'll see you back tomorrow on the Delaware Hockey Network, and it's all brought to you by the law office of Heather A. Long. Good night.